Hi, today we're going to talk about dating and the myths in dating that come up. All right? Every time, wherever you are, you'll see a group of girls in a Starbucks, and they're talking about how their guy has disappointed them. And they're like, oh no, he said this. What does he mean? What does he mean? Or they're like, oh my god, and he watches The Simpsons and oh my god, and he likes Italian food, and that's not really sophisticated. And then one girl goes, I haven't heard from my guy in 2 weeks. And this other girl, her name's Sage, she goes, oh, when it's meant to be, it'll be. My Jacob just popped into my lap. Meanwhile, her Jacob is banging his aerobics instructor like he goes to aerobics. And that's the first myth, that it'll just happen. And it comes from that fairy tale, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your golden hair. And this person just lets down her golden hair. Now only a psycho wants you to let down your hair because he wants to eat it. Alright, that's just a crazy person. But the fact is that someone is not just going to pop into your life unless you want to marry the UPS guy, a political campaigner, or a Jehovah's Witness. Take your pick. And the fact is that should have been clear to you in 7th grade science class when you got seated next to the guy who farts jingle balls and rocked back in his chair and fell off instead of getting seated next to that cutie. The guys just don't pop into your life. That's the first myth. The next myth is from that movie, You've Got Mail. Ding! Alright? If you're just texting someone back and forth for months and months and months, and then suddenly you guys are going to meet and love each other, that's a myth, okay? If someone's just texting you and texting you and texting you, and they're not asking you out, and all they're writing is, hey, how's it going, man? Alright? They probably either are married, they can't get an erection, or they can't tear themselves away from their video games. And they're not asking you out. So stop holding hope out for 347-415-2439 guy, alright? Random guy, he might not even be a 27-year-old accountant. He could be an 89-year-old stripper, that guy. So stop holding out hope for him. If he doesn't ask you out, just move on. And in the movies, they have a myth that things just work out. You know, like they're kissing, for example, and then suddenly they're like lying down in eternal bliss. Ha, ha. And the blanket is neatly over all of her body, but you see half of his chest. And they don't show the stuff that goes wrong, the kinks that will go wrong. They don't show a guy not being able to undo your bra, or not being able to find a condom, or not being able to get it up. They don't show all of that stuff, but it does happen, folks. You probably knocked the lamp over and broke it. Or maybe you forgot to tell your roommate you were having someone over and she walks in. Or worse yet, your children, and they think you're about to kill each other. They don't show all that in the movies. The other thing that's a myth in the movies is having a supportive group of girlfriends. In Sex and the City, that was a great show. But then they show you sitting there, and they show the people sitting there at an expensive coffee shop, and they're like, oh yeah, you're such a good catch, darling. Sweetie, you're awesome. Let me set you up with my friend Jacob. Alright? That doesn't happen. In reality, you're at a Starbucks yelling over some obnoxious teenagers, and you're like, oh, well, would he like me? And this obnoxious girl, her name's Ashley, she goes, oh, I don't know. Maybe you should keep your options open. Oh, I don't know. What do you care? It's not all that important. If he doesn't like you, he's an asshole. Like, that really helps to say he's an asshole when you're genuinely worried. But I mean, you're the one that's stupid. Because why would you even ask your friends if a guy would like you? I mean, they don't have a dick, so why would they know if a guy wants you or not? How would they know? They only know about their nails. The other myth that's out there is there's always in the movies an angry guy. And he's angry and he's distant and he won't talk to anyone if his life depends on it. And he just seems like a jerk. But then some beautiful girl comes into his life and now suddenly he's able to open up to her and he spills out all his inner secrets and she's changed his life and he loves her and now he's a big teddy bear and he sweeps her up and she's moved in and he buys her everything because of course she's a poor girl who can't afford anything. In reality, that's not true, alright? The angry guy is the guy who punches someone out in a bar fight. The angry guy is the guy who curses at the umpire and he's not changing no matter how gorgeous you are, so skip the angry guys. Alright folks, if you have any other myths that might be destroying you and causing you to be disappointed about your dating, just hit me up.